It is strange, although it is a return to another era. The first thing that many will notice to enter Rogers Places in Edmonton for the IIHF World Juniors this week is how white the ice is. This brightness is caused by a rarity in hockey circles: no ads on the sheet. Just lines. This lack of presence of company decided, on the boards, there are only advertisements for the Tizot of the Swiss watchmaker and the IIHF application, with the rest of the space dotted with blue stylized maple leaves and green, is one of the fallout from the cloud suspended on the 2022 tournament, the real effects of Tim Hortons, TELUS, Scotiabank and Canadian partners Tire Pour Hockey Canada following allegations of sexual assault. This visual is a brutal reminder that we could undergo large-scale changes. This tilting point in the history of Canada's national game means that the tournament could lose money for the first time in the history of the country, which will have a rotation effect on basic programs supported by Hockey Canada. Adding to the alarm call are the very small, and in some cases, the non-existent crowds. A match before the tournament on Tuesday between Canada and Sweden, for example, was closed atypically to fans, Sting's glass and players calling for a pass in 2 languages the only sounds. The frequentation figures for the start of the tournament were not easily available, but reports on social networks and those present indicated tiny crowds. For example, a simple handful of fans had presented themselves at 8 p.m. faced with local confrontation for the American game on Tuesday. Over the past 2 decades, average attendance when Canada has hosted the tournament has varied from 6,600 to more than 14,000 per game. Everything outside North America generally attracts between 2,000 and 7,000. A familiar source with Hockey Canada operations told Sportsnet that because of the reprogramming of the usual December and January dates in the summer, the organization did not expect a large crowd. However, the small participation rate will have a significant impact on the income generated by the tournament, which in turn could suit less money to the programs that Hockey Canada supports, a concern expressed by national women's teams earlier this week. The question of potential reimbursements for sponsors who paid for banners also paid for the first 2022 tournament in December, and which had the possibility of applying this money committed to the tournament reproduced